Okay, everybody, you guys see this vitamin shop? I'm just gonna record the side of the store because I don't know, there's people on the inside and I don't want them to think I'm being weird. But you see this vitamin shop? I have a story time, not about the vitamin shop, but I have a story time about a beautiful lady that I met right on this sidewalk. Okay, so last year I was in this area. I had an appointment in this area, and just now I pulled in this shopping center because like I had to drive by past it, so it just reminded me of when around last year when I met this beautiful lady. Oh, my phone is on a low percentage. I'll have to make this quick. See where that stop sign is? That's where I drove. Let me just take you guys with me to walk. Let me show you the area that I met this beautiful lady. What caught my attention, I wasn't even, okay, I was at that stop sign. I made a left. I made a left here because this is the way that I was gonna leave out. And I met her right here on the sidewalk. She was screaming, 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 screaming to the top of her lungs. And as you guys see this car driving by, oh, the license in it? No. Okay, she was crying and screaming. She was exhausted. Right here. I'm gonna turn the camera around in a second. And as I'm pulling up to the stop sign, there's Chipotle right over here. She sees me see her, and she stopped screaming. I drove a little bit past her because I got right to that stop sign, and she starts screaming again. So I made a U-turn right here, right in the street. I made a U-turn, and I came back around. I'm gonna flip the camera around now. I don't know how this looks, but you guys know how I look, so it's okay. So I introduced myself to her. The reason why I did this, the look that she had on her face was the same look I had on my face years ago. Crying, exhausted, not knowing why you're at rock bottom, not knowing how you could be doing the right thing for years and years and years, and all of the wrong things, every wrong thing possible that could happen to you is happening to you. I don't know how vloggers do this. This is weird. This is weird and it's awkward. My jab's blowing all over the place. But yeah, that was the spot that I met her. You know what? I'm gonna go sit down over there. This is right there. Like, I can't believe it. Well, I'm looking at it. You guys are looking at me. It was in this very sidewalk that I met this homeless lady who had absolutely nothing. She had sweatpants and a hoodie on. She looked like she hadn't changed her clothes in probably a year. She definitely hadn't bathed or anything like that. Maybe I should sit down right here. You guys, I'm gonna sit down. Chipotle, hi. Right in this spot is where I met the homeless lady. I hope you guys could hear the audio. A lot of times, most of the time I record in my car because the audio is, I don't have to bother it. It comes out clear. In my house, it's too low. I get comments, oh, we can't hear you. So I'm just like, I might as well just record every video in the car. So anyways, I'm gonna try to tell a long story short because I need to charge. Okay, I can do it. So I meet the lady and I introduce myself. I ask her what's going on, and I tell her, like, I see you crying, like, what's going on? And she said, first thing out of her mouth, I don't believe in God anymore. She said, my entire life has been a hardship. So I just allowed her to talk, like I'm just gonna listen to her. So she tells me her childhood, which was a really rough childhood. She tells me her adulthood. She told me she was homeless for 3 years. She says she used to have a car and she would live out of her car, but then her car got repossessed because she couldn't keep up the payments on it. And she's, you know, was currently, at that time last year she was living outside. I don't know how she's doing now, but just yeah. So she tells me like some of her life story, and she says like she doesn't know why she's a good person, how this could happen to her, and how bad people could have like so many good things happening for them. And like I said, I allowed her to talk, and I told her, I said, right now, your weakness right now, this is the time that you could actually become the strongest. Your weakness is made, strength is made perfect in weakness, is what I was telling her. And she said, I can't anymore. She said she doesn't even know why she woke up today. And the things that she was saying and the look on her face, she reminded me of how I looked and felt years ago, probably maybe 12 years ago, I think now, when I used to just go in my garage and cry because I was like, I can't cry in the house, my kids are gonna hear me. And so like I would cry in my garage, and just feel so depleted and feel defeated, and so yeah, she told me, she's like, she doesn't know why she even woke up today. She said everything that she's ever tried to do, nothing has, you know, happened for her. Sorry. I saw a guy walk over there and then he disappeared, so I'm like, well, I need to see where he went. But anyways, I can't, there's like a shadow on my face and I'm taking way too long to tell this story time. So I'm taking way too long to tell this story time. Like this driving past this area just reminded me like, wow, I met this lady over here. Anyway, so she tells me a life story, and she said that she didn't know why she was waking up, you know, the next day. She says she just wants to die. She told me that the day before I met her, on that day, this time, sometime at the end of February last year, she says that she was, I'm just gonna say ARD for the sake of YouTube, the day before I met her. Of course, she's not working, she doesn't have insurance, she doesn't have anything, she can't go to the hospital and get checked out or anything like that. So she's miserable and she feels like she's alive, but she feels like she's dead. So I asked her, I said, well, what do you want to do? She said, anything to keep me sustained and alive. She said, like, she says she has $16 just from standing. You know how sometimes people stand on the side and they'll like have a sign, ask for money, homeless people. She says she has $16 from the day before, and that's the leftover money that she had. She went to the dollar store, bought herself like shampoo and things like that, and then she went and ate at Taco Bell. She has $16 left over from that day. I was glad I was able to help her by calling a lady who used to be my hairstylist. I remember she was always looking for people to sweep her floors and like sterilize the equipment at the salon. So I called her, I asked her if she's still looking for somebody to do that, and I told her that I met a lady who is willing to do, but anyways, I discussed it with the lady that I met like on the street just screaming, and she said, oh my gosh, my arm's getting tired. So she's like, so the stylist that I used to go to, so she's like, yeah, sure, like can she come tomorrow? So anyways, we set that up. So she just sweeps hair off the floor of the salon. That's what she used to do. She said her family didn't live too close, but her family owned a couple of car washes, and by the way, the lady has 3 kids, and she hadn't seen her kids, she said, in probably almost 2 years. Like her family kind of just like disowned her or whatever. And so yeah, she started working for the lady that I used to go to her to have my hair done, and from there she started sleeping in the office there instead of like sleeping outside. She started sleeping in the office there. Then from there she moved in with her she moved back in with her family, so she got to see her children. She moved back in with her family, and yeah, and I hope everything is going well for her. She didn't have a cell phone, so I never was able to keep up with her. I would just, when I would speak with she was like my friend, the lady who was my stylist, keep up with her to see if the lady that I met, how she was doing it. So she would just kind of update me. So yeah, this area just reminded me of that time that I met the lady. And the reason why I made a U-turn and I introduced myself to her, she looked exactly how I looked. When you're just so exhausted, you don't know what to do. You absolutely don't know what to do. I was glad that I had a really good talk with the lady, and I let her know, don't give up on God, don't give up on your prayers. You have, there are processes to everything. There's a process to everything, and your strength is made perfectly in your weakness. I don't know why when I get on camera I can't talk. On some of my videos I can't talk. I don't even watch my videos back. I don't even watch them back. I don't edit them. I don't watch them back. But so I had to explain to her that when she does reach the place where she's actually living in her purpose, maybe not living in a place where she got a degree, and where she's actually living in her purpose, the purpose that God has for her, I let her know that she needs to give all of the praise to God, because He takes you through those hardships so that He could rebuild you to become who He wants you to become, and give you certain characteristics. Like, it's literally like He's giving you like a new spirit. Like, He kills your old spirit by taking you through such awful hardships, like hardships that you can't even imagine unless you're in them. And you're dying every day. You're having hope, you're having faith, iman, like you're having faith. And even sometimes it's painful even just to have faith, because a lot of times if something doesn't come through for you, it doesn't happen for you, and you're still pretty much just dying, it makes a lot of people say that they don't believe in God, because they don't know how they could feel like they're doing the right thing and being genuinely just a good person, and then all of the wrong things are happening to them. Like, it makes them just feel defeated, you know. But everybody needs to know that if you stick around long enough and you hang in there long enough, God is going to show up and show out in your life. And when He does, remember to give Him all of the praise, all of the thanks. All of it belongs to Him, because that is the process that He takes us through to reach where He wants us to reach, to work for Him in the way that He wants us to work for Him. So yeah, it's a really painful process, and nobody will understand it unless they go through it. And even some people who have gone through hardships, sometimes it's still hard on other people because they've forgotten their hardships, you know. I know a lady who is she's very financially, she's very, very wealthy, and she gives all the credit to another lady who helped her get to the place where she is. And she gives credit to the lady, and she gives credit to luck. Like, lady, are you 10 years old? Why would you ever be saying it was all because of luck? Like, I believe that's partially why she suffers sometimes psychologically. I feel like that's like God squeezing her, saying like, you can't give all the credit to luck. You thank the person or people who helped you get to where you're going, because God sent the blessing through them. And then you also thank God. You can't just say it was this person, and this person, and then the rest was luck. Like, you cannot do that. Anyways, this video has gotten long enough. I hope you guys stuck around till the end. I hope the lady is doing well. So I hope you enjoyed the story time. I enjoyed telling it. I hope you could hear it with all of the traffic and everything. I hope the volume is not too low. Like I said, I record in my car most of the time because the volume is just right. I don't have to do anything to the videos. I don't edit them, nothing. So now, okay. Well, I'll talk to you guys later, inshallah, and I hope everybody's having a really good day.